Oh, hi there, guys. Ignore my Halloween background because, of course, on the streams we are in Scary Games Halloween month, and I kept this up. But I wanted to talk about how disappointed I was about Bill Burr. I love Bill Burr, or at least loved Bill Burr. I feel like he is, or at least he was like as close to a George Carlin that we've seen in the modern era. I respected Bill because not only did we share a lot of same ideologies, but just the fact that I always felt like he was one of the few people in a position where if he talked truth to power, people would listen, but also he didn't have to do that. He's the kind of guy that he could just sell out. He could just use his clout, his privilege. He could use his standing to make just a shitload of money. And I wouldn't blame him for that. But he didn't do that. And until recently. So if you guys didn't hear what happened, Saudi Arabia had a comedy festival. And Saudi Arabia just threw tons of money at comedians. Tons and tons and tons of money at comedians. Shout out to Shane Gillis. Good for him, man. Like, I like his comedy. He's really funny. He's one of the ones that came out and was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna take that money. They even doubled and tripled the offer. Like, we're talking probably $3 to $4 million. And he still said no. His argument was, it made me laugh. He said, I'm not gonna 9/11 my friends because, of course, Saudi Arabia has connections to 9/11, like one of the biggest tragedies we've ever had. Which brings me back to Bill Burr. If Bill Burr just took the money and just came out and said, you know what? It's a lot of money. They gave me $1.5 million, 1.5, 1.6 million, something like that. And I just couldn't help it. I had to take it. It is what it is, guys. I'm a hypocrite. I'd be like, yeah, I'm pretty disappointed, but I wouldn't be making a video about it. Here's the issue. Him in particular, compared to a lot of the other people that went over there, because, like, whatever, man. Like, they're getting paid. It is what it is. If they went over there, those other comedians, they're not high and mighty like Bill Burr has been before. He's built a base off of doing this. He has mocked people for taking Saudi Arabia blood money before. He's done it for years. He has made fun of people for going over there and getting paid from, what is basically a dictatorship. He's made fun of them. He's set a line in the sand that we all assumed he wouldn't cross, but then he did. And the thing that really upsets me about it is he just keeps trying to explain it away, except for just going like, hey, listen, it was a lot of money. I had to take it. Bill Burr's rich. He's really rich. He has a lot of money. And let's just say, hypothetically, he doesn't have a lot of money. He's never going to be hurting for bookings. He's not going to be hurting to get more jobs and to get more paydays. Like, that guy is set. Like, he's at a point in his career where he is set. He's not going to have any issue finding work. But it really, really bothers me that he all of a sudden he's just doing like the whole like tap dance. I can't own up to the fact that it was a lot of money and I became a hypocrite. I can't just say I am that. And it's so sad too, because he, in his explanation, he tries to say that, well, the people were really nice and they had a lot of the modern conveniences. They had a lot of the modern stuff. They had the modern McDonald's was there and Starbucks, and everybody just talks like a normal person. It's so good. It's like, Bill, they didn't give you the $1.6 million to do the show. They gave you the $1.6 million to say that stuff. They wanted you to tell the rest of the world, wow, they're not as bad as I thought. They're so modern. They still like kill people for being gay. And they still like treat women like absolute horse shit. But I mean, it's so crazy how I have more in common with them than I thought. Yeah, welcome to reality. It's so disappointing, man. And maybe I'm overreacting. Feel free to let me know in the comments. But like, he was one of the few people where I thought this guy could not be bought. I was like, all right, this guy regularly talks about, not selling out to billionaires, not selling out for the money, being honest, being truthful, believing what you say. And then he went and did this. And it's just so, it sucks. It really sucks, because for me, I'm one of those people where a lot of times I can separate the entertainer from the person, but in this case, they're interconnected. I mean, he made it his brand. His brand was not being a hypocrite, and now he is one, and he can't cope with it, and he's just blaming everybody. He even called people racist if they don't understand what he did. Like, oh my god. Oh, it's really, really gross. So, I don't know. Am I off base on this one? Am I just totally, what a fucking libtard idiot? Let me know in the comments down below. But, like, I feel like if you were a fan of his, you would understand what I'm saying here, because what a disappointment, Bill Burr. What a disappointment, man. I mean, I don't think I'll ever look at him the same way ever again. That might be on me, not on him. Maybe I put him too high on a pedestal, and that's a lesson that I'm gonna have to learn. So, yeah, let me know what you think about this one. I'm curious what you guys have to say, and I'll see you soon.